Hi everybody, my name is Sarah, also known as Weight Watcher, Cape Cod woman. Anyway, today's little topic, it's going to be, one of these little chats again, except I'm wearing my Old Navy and my Cape Cod shirt. I just got back from my walk. And I was listening. As some of you know, I love my talk radio and I love my getting to know you type people. I'm a big fan of anything on Adam Carolla's site. It's Dr. Drew, it's Adam Carolla, it's Penn Teller. So today I listened to Penn Teller. And Penn Teller has a radio show. It won't be on now for a while because he's opening up on Broadway. But, because I've only started listening to all of them since Dennis Miller Radio stopped. I've got tons and tons of shows. So I was scanning down Penn Teller's episodes, and I came to the Penn Teller Lost Weight, and it was taped in January. And I know that I'm slow to the game with People Magazine. I just don't have time for People Magazine. But I do read entertainment things, don't get me wrong. And so this was about Penn Teller losing his 100 pounds and how he does it. And so I had to wait until the end of this hour just to get to him to talk about it because he had so many other different topics. But he lost his 100 pounds. And he said he's coming out with a book in 5 to 6 months, so that would mean right around now. Shopping for a publisher, but if not, he said he will do it online anyway. But anyway, it's going to be about how he lost the weight. And he said, I can't really tell you what one thing it was. It just evolved. And I'm like identifying with him before he even got further. And he said it's not that he goes without meat. It's not that he, touts being a vegan or even a vegetarian. He believes in limited stuff. He ends up saying that basically it's a lot of Dr. Joe Furman's philosophy and what he does. So I kind of looked that up a little bit. I've seen him on Dr. Oz a number of times, and I know that I do like he's plant-based, as is most of the people that I'm following now with my little 26 points. And with my 26 points, if I'm not eating a whole bunch of meat, I can go further. But he said he's not into oil. So, because he said oil is too fattening. But I'm a believer in olive oil, organic canola oil, and coconut oil. So anyway, he was talking about one of the questions that was raised was, do you ever eat like you used to? And he goes, you mean the normal American diet? And he said, the food that he used to eat is what we consider the normal American diet. He lives in Las Vegas, so I'm sure there's a lot of normal American diet places there. And so, as he slowly came to the decision that he needed to do something, which I can't wait to read his book if it comes out. So he now, so somebody was saying, do you ever eat anything remotely similar to the normal American diet now? And he said, which is the theme of this this little video today, if it's rare and appropriate, he treats himself. And so he goes into the lengthy thing that probably any Weight Watchers coach would talk about, or anybody that's been successful with their weight loss. And he said, I can't tell you what's rare and appropriate for you, but I will tell you what is rare and appropriate for me. So he launches into this night that they went out with this couple that they're friends with, and then it was going to be followed up with a Diana Ross show. And so they went to this La Da 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 restaurant on the Strip that has fine and excellent food. And he said what made it rare and appropriate was that we were with good friends we don't see a lot. The food is exquisite, and the other couple was paying. And he said this is rare and appropriate. And he went through the list of everything that he had. and everything that was not on the food plan that he does every other day. And that he enjoyed every single bite. And he's a big guy, 6 feet, 6.5 inches tall. So they get to the concert, and because the normal American diet used to affect his digestion, he didn't know if there would be one of those moments during the show that he would have to go to the bathroom. And he was amazed that it didn't happen. He was amazed that he could enjoy all of that food, savor every single bite, and get through the show. And then he talked about the next day, which is what sometimes I talk about too, with the craving, you know. And so this person with him said, how was it the next day? Did you crave all those things that was part of your normal American diet that you don't eat anymore unless it's rare and appropriate? And he said, surprisingly, no. He said because he has the philosophy of rare and appropriate, which, as you can tell, I'm going to be adopting, he got through the meal. He took it as that. It's in his memory. It is not to be, duplicated the next day. He doesn't have the cravings or the triggers. He knows that rare and appropriate will happen again in his life. And I love that. We went to P-Town to the Provincetown International Film Festival last week. And it was rare and appropriate. And it was also where Greg and I went on our first date. And in years past, before Weight Watchers, because the film festival was right before I joined Weight Watchers, because I just had my year anniversary, the things that I would eat, he ate everything that I ate on our first date, but that was a tradition for me, whether I went by myself or with another girlfriend, because I wasn't seeing anybody for like those 10 years. I always had the same things when I went. And so this being 1 year later, it was a rare and appropriate moment to have all those things. And guess what? I only had one of those things. And it's just so funny to me that what a difference a year has made. And I don't know if any of you salivate over something that you think you're going to have, and you could even plan out the points and have your rare and appropriate moment where it's tracked, you've planned for it, and with the plan that you would get back on track the next day. There wouldn't be any lingering eating that emulated the rare and appropriate. And I didn't have the things. It's just, I don't know, it's just so miraculous to me that, so although the topic is rare and appropriate for if you do treat yourself and not cheat. I don't like that word, cheating on your diet. I like more of the flipping it to the other side of the positive, the rare and appropriate moment to have something. Now that means that if you love something that's at a cookout, it doesn't mean 12 other times this summer you have it. So, it's reining in what is rare and appropriate. Rare. What does rare mean to you? To me, it's a steak. Anyway, so as I was walking and listening to him and figuring out what this is, when you began Weight Watchers, not having a clue about what it might be like, did you feel that you could never, ever, ever again have that item? Ever? Even though there is enough press about Weight Watchers that you learn that you can have your own food. It's not like the other things where you have to get their food. Did you think that you would have to go the rest of your life never having such and such again? That total deprivation, which to me just adds up to a binge where I'm going to eat 3 times as much of it and I'm going to eat it for 3 days in a row. Only to find that you kind of stop craving it. My sugar craving is kind of lessening. I was at a food-sponsored event with my job yesterday, Panera's, and I did not have the thing that's this big that was like, it was either 9 or 12 points the last and only time I had it on Weight Watchers, which was a couple of months ago at another work-related event. I didn't have it, and I'm so delighted that I didn't have it because it wasn't everything that I thought it would be. And I'm finding that my my tastes are changing. My sugar cravings are abating a little bit. I still love my pizza, but the sugar part, I still have it 3 times a week, and but it's a smaller item, and it's just fascinating to me. So, when you entered Weight Watchers, the food that you thought you could never live without, what place does it have right now in your life? Is it still something that's there? Do you have it in small amounts? Is it in a controlled environment, meaning it's tracked and planned for, and then not repeated through the rest of the week like leftover turkey? Or is it something that like you never ever thought that you wouldn't think about it again? And then now, I want to know, what is it that you crave that's healthy, that you never ever in a million years thought that you would look forward to in a healthy food item? For me, I love my organic raspberries. I just love them. Never, ever get tired of them. I love my roasted asparagus. I never, ever get tired of it. I love my 2 organic eggs, either scrambled with my Weight Watcher cheese on it or my low-fat Sargento cheese on it, or made into an omelet with organic spinach. Love, love, love. Salivate thinking about it. My taste buds are just peaked thinking about it. The cravings I have now are just so different. It's so delightful when you embrace the philosophy and the lifestyle of healthy eating, of vegetables and fruits that are so good for you and so healthy for you and fill you up. And you lose weight with it. I mean, it's so wonderful to have my cravings and my delight at certain foods just totally lifted and changed and morphed, you know? Are you morphing? Are your food cravings and delights morphing? And you're just tickled, you know? Do you ever stop and think about that? So it was fascinating to listen to Penn Teller. He has such a smooth, wonderful voice for radio. And I'm not into magic shows and stuff, so, you know, it's not something that I would be following. But hearing his voice, it was just so wonderful to hear, you know, his involvement as a person with food. And he lost 100 pounds. So he's got street credibility, you know. I love that. And he's doing his food program now a lot like I am. So I can't wait for that book to come out. I just love glomming on to people that have maybe even gotten to where they've lost the weight and kept it off and eating healthy. Maybe organic, maybe natural, maybe vegan, maybe vegetarian. Even without the Weight Watchers point thing, I need the Weight Watchers point still, my 26, because it keeps me in my little contained allowance. I need that. I could overdose on the good stuff too. So I need to be contained. I need to be weighed, measured, and tracked. So, are you treating yourself to things that are rare and appropriate in your life? I do. And I hope that you find joy in food and not look at this like it's some drudge. You know, a lot of my followers also watch Weight Watcher Girl 1 because she has a lot of food finds, as does Hungry Girl. And there's other people that do the grocery hauls too. And sometimes, you know, changing up that variety helps a lot. You know, I don't do the white processed, and I definitely watch every gram of sugar. But for some people, they still like those things on their journey. And Weight Watcher Girl 1 has excellent. She must spend a fortune on items that she presents and talks about. And so if you're looking for some variety and you feel in a slump on your Weight Watcher journey, you know, she's a good one to listen to too. I'm more of the motivational, leaning towards giving up, you know, the middle aisles type of person. And there's room for all of us. And I love that part. You know, I watch her and I watch others, and I just love to watch them. I get so many ideas. It's just wonderful. Weight Watchers has given me a life. My YouTube video channel has given me so many great people. You know, I love the people that comment on every single one of my videos. You know, you don't know how important you are to me. Well, I'm telling you, you are now. And so anyway, this ends my rare and appropriate video. And I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you can tell me what you were craving before that you don't even think about now, what you're craving now that you never thought you would when you entered. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Until the next time, this is Sarah, Weight Watcher, Cape Cod woman. Bye-bye for now.